Did you know YNW Melly's ex-girlfriend Mariah Hamilton escaped the United States before his trial to avoid testifying against Melly, to then being arrested and released all before YNW Melly ever got a chance of being released? Well, today it was announced Melly's ex-girlfriend Mariah Hamilton has been released from the Paul Reed Detention Facility as of Saturday, February 8th, after Judge Fein's ruling for her release on Friday, February 7th, at an emergency hearing. Friday's hearing marked the first time Melly and Mariah had seen each other in person since he surrendered himself to the Broward Sheriffs in February 2019, as this resulted in Melly's lawyers arguing for his release, which even the judge ended up agreeing. It would be announced Mr. Demmons has now been in custody for 2,202 days. If one of the state attorneys is not available, maybe the other two assigned to the case can stand in. If all three aren't available, maybe one of the 150 state attorneys upstairs could sit in, meaning this judge is no longer playing games. Melly's been sitting in jail too long. He's pushing his case through, which is what he needs. However, Mariah getting released is not good for YNW Melly, as when she was allowed to be released, Melly was allegedly very angry inside of court, as while being driven home from jail, Mariah Hamilton would then post on Facebook acknowledging her friends and family who supported her while she was detained. The post reads, "Into my village, thank you to my village. I love you all so much. God's plan, not mine," as she allegedly didn't like how this was broadcasted on the local news.
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demmons' first trial in 2023.
Understanding how jail was for Mariah, she already stated she never wants to go back. So a part of her agreement to be released from jail, she had to confirm with the judge that she will be at the next coming YNW Melly trial to testify against her ex-boyfriend. As the feds already know what happened to Sack Chaser and Juvie, all they need is her to confirm it in front of the jury to wrap up Melly's life practically, as the feds would expose inside a courtroom all the findings from her iCloud account, where they noticed suspicious activity relating to Melly, forcing her not to testify in the last trial. This is known as witness tampering. It also carries a life sentence in prison, regardless if Melly actually took out Sack Chaser and Juvie.
Filing 6 new charges against Demmons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.
As the feds began their investigation on Mariah after people in Melly's hometown began speaking on Mariah's involvement, it even resulted in YNW Juvie's father doing his own investigation around the block, as Juvie's father would learn the code words Melly used against Mariah to make her not testify against him in trial.
There was this kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
Saying like to me, they going through extreme measures, trying to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's baby mom, and
as if those code words do match what the feds found in her iCloud account, it's pretty much a wrap for YNW Melly. And even Melly himself knew this, as it didn't settle well, as he would show up to a court hearing recently reacting with his true emotions, walking in looking very angrily without a haircut.
No, let me repeat myself. Mr. Demmons has to make an informed decision about who he wants as lawyers. He's now been sitting in our jail for 2,159 days. So, how long would you like to be able to make that decision?
I can't determine when the investigation will be over. That's up to the Broward Sheriff's Office. But I can, as I said, I'm just asking for a week. And then I'm asking for at least a day or 2. At
You can decide by tomorrow. I've also reserved all of tomorrow.
As the judge couldn't even believe how long Melly's been sitting inside of jail without a conviction, he straight up told the prosecutors to give us a reason Melly shouldn't at least get a bond, or I'm releasing him by tomorrow. But the feds, they ended up doing one better, hitting YNW Melly with more witness tampering charges, absolutely ruining his chance of being released. But it does answer the question on why he is being treated so poorly inside of jail, as an interview from Melly's mother made the claim that he hasn't been allowed to use a phone or even look at his own mail inside of jail.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
But if the evidence is true that YNW Melly used the jail phones to make Mariah Hamilton not testify against him, that's why the jail hasn't allowed him to use it. And they would have the evidence stored away until trial begins to confirm it. The feds wouldn't just keep him away from the phones if it was a hunch. Due to this, Jamie King then revealed she feels absolutely heartbroken for her son. She feels helpless. He's not even being treated like a human inside of jail.
When you saw Melly's statement, just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life, as a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
This, however, got a lot of attention from the media, as Charleston White reacted, sharing that this is what YNW Melly should be living like. He shouldn't be receiving special treatment because he's a rapper.
Even the YNW Melly, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie, you ain't got a right to complain about a motherfucking thing about being mistreated when you done chose to play somebody.
But then on the other side, there's rap OGs like Boosie, who spoke on the stress Jamie King has been going through, as his own mother went through a similar experience.
Okay, so then I met his mama while he was in. Oh, okay. I met his mom while he was in, and she real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a...
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman, bro. And when I see them mamas like that, it remind me of what my mom was going through, bro.
However, YNW Melly's lawyers would go one more chance of trying to get Melly released. They would bring up this evidence from the original trial, where Melly was texting Mariah Hamilton in real time when the crime was going down, when he was running away from the opposed drive-by.
That would be the part where he's saying that someone just shut the car up and was trying to him. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, there's a car coming behind him, like hiding. He was like, there's some, yeah, he's like, yeah, there's some, I think they're still out here or something. So I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. I said, well, where are Sack and Juby? And he said, I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're...
Proving that YNW Melly could have been getting chased by a car, as Melly's own lawyers used GPS evidence to track him sprinting down a street at that exact moment. He even then said he hid in a bush, which GPS evidence does confirm. But also in the YNW Melly trial was the prosecutors admitting there was never a firearm found.
So the first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which firearm I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for this determination because I don't know what was used.
Okay.
But sadly, this wouldn't even be nearly enough, as there would be even more new charges against Melly and Bortlen, as YNW Bortlen's home was raided by the feds, where Bortlen drew out on a piece of paper all the jurors in Melly's original trial. A report reads, here are the images of alleged notes discovered during the home raid of YNW Bortlen's home, as Bortlen, who showed up to Melly's original trial for one day, committed a serious crime once returning back home.
Melly's co-defendant YNW Bortlen was booked into
to a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortlen, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Dimmons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortlen allegedly tampered with the witness.
This is extremely illegal. Jurors are meant to be hidden within a trial process for their own security. As to understand how serious it is, here's DJ Academics' reaction.
To keep it real, this is sloppy. Bortlen, how the f you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Holy sh! Like, come the f on. It's like doing a and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They be like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.
YNW Bortlen was the one that committed this crime. However, they're still gonna find a way to pin it against YNW Melly. Like Boosie even said, the feds are doing anything they want to Melly, whether it's legal or not.
When they want you, they want you. I knew they wanted him bad when they waited for that law to get passed.
Yeah, he was in jail for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, they could have been took you to trial.
You're right.
They waited till that law got passed and took him to trial a couple months later. Just don't see how he didn't get a bond after a fucking mistrial.
Yeah.
That made me like, God damn.
Yeah.
However, when you add this to the evidence that was found on YNW Melly's cell phone, there is zero chance of him ever being released, as the feds found a text message where he admits to doing the crime.
The PC Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, I did that, and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YNW Melly account says what?
After that, SHHHH.
As with Melly's own words saying that he did the crime, they also found his reaction to the crime only 7 hours after it was done, where him and Bortlen were seen in a parking lot dancing to a music video, laughing and joking and dapping each other up.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! No, still turned. Regardless of what happened, you already know.